Next up on the microphone is our student-selected speaker, our very own social studies teacher and STUCO advisor who has been at KIS for 10 years. Many of you probably know very, very well, not just our students, but our parents as well, Mr. Trevor Cory.
Just this, here we go. Hi everyone, thanks for coming today. I know it's a hard thing to see your kids grow up and head off to high school, and I'm just glad we're able to spend their last moments in middle school here together today. I also hope we can appreciate how lucky we are to be here today. KIS is one of the only schools in the world that is having an 8th grade graduation. It's just too bad we have to sit here and listen to Joseph. Where is he? I love you, Joseph. I'm just joking. Congratulations. You are the KIS Middle School Corona class of 2024. I don't know if you guys know this, but statistically speaking, you are collectively considered the strongest class ever to graduate the KIS Middle School. You have all excelled in various courses of study and effectively applied yourself. All of you. Well, all of you except for 3 of you. And you know exactly who you are. If you care to stand up and reveal yourself, please do so now. Quite frankly, you're letting the team down. I'm just joking. A couple weeks ago, I was talking with a high school teacher, and in anticipation of teaching you guys here today, he asked me how I would describe you as a whole. I thought about it for a second or two and replied with compassionate, fierce, articulate, well-spoken. Then I thought about the words that just came out of my mouth, and it just made me sick. Don't you know who you are? You guys are millennials. Wait, no, you're not. You're Generation Z. You're basically millennials on 5 cans of Red Bull. There's a proper way to act, and quite frankly, you're not living up to our expectations. Let me give you an example. First off, when I walk past you in the hallway, you don't just put your head down and pretend like you don't see me. You look me straight in the eye and you say, "Good morning, Mr. Cory. How are you today?" What is that? Also, when I tell you why something is the way it is, you just don't accept it. You actually question the words that come out of my mouth. How dare you? Colby even wrote a beautiful poem about me titled, "If Only You Weren't Here," expressing his love for me, even though the Beebs stole me away from him. Sickening. You guys are too nice. What's wrong with you? You all know that technology is supposed to be the death of our civilization, right? We're doomed. The older generations like me are super afraid of how technology is warping your brains in ways we can't understand. We named you Generation Z. You are the last letter in the alphabet. There are no more generations after you. The truth is, people have a certain perception of who you are and what you encompass. We're afraid. We're afraid of this rapid pace of globalization, technology, global warming. But you know who's not afraid? You. You got this. This is your reality. My reality was the first time I heard the word internet from my Uncle Bill when I was 10 years old. True story, I'm old. My parents and teachers were afraid of that. We weren't. We saw potential where they saw warning signs. Things change, and this is so true now more than ever. For instance, in my day, Dougie was a friend's name, dab was something you did when you got a stain on your shirt, and flossing and tidying were daily chores. The only similarity they have to now is that they're all still super annoying. Your reality is watching Logan Paul on YouTube. The difference is, us adults think that he's going to be the death of us, but you guys just brush him off like yesterday's news. Not a big deal. How do you do that? Aren't you afraid of him? I'm petrified. You guys are way smarter than we can comprehend. Well, except for the 3 of you. You guys live in your iPhones and your MacBooks, and we don't think you know how to communicate. We just think you Snapchat your food all day. But boy, are we wrong. Really wrong. Not only can you communicate, you're fierce, articulate, compassionate, caring. You know what you want, and you aren't afraid to go out and get it. We think that TikTok has too many bad words and explicit references. But, as Mr. Slade would say, the reality is, Madonna was way worse. Notorious B.I.G., Sir Mix-a-Lot with Baby Got Back. If TikTok is the worst thing you guys are listening to, then we're doing pretty good. You want some proof of what I'm talking about? Look no further than the past 3 months of virtual school. According to his findings on natural selection, Charles Darwin states that the most successful living organisms aren't always the smartest, they're not even the strongest. They are the ones that can adapt to their environment the best. Other than having to stare at the top of your head all day and ask you to maybe bring the class out of your bed, super inappropriate. Attendance has gone up, engagement has improved, you practice excellent virtual etiquette, and you seem calm and unafraid. You've adapted way better than what we could have imagined. I'm rolling out of virtual school 10 pounds heavier and with bags under my eyes. I find at nighttime my 5-year-old son has to rub my bald head and say, "Get there, father, everything will be fine." You guys look healthy and better than ever. How do you do that? So when anyone ever says to you guys that you're just typical kids these days, normal Gen Zers, please remind them that you are anything but normal, and that this word Gen Z is just a myth. You are the KIS Middle School Corona class of 2024, and because of you guys, minus the 3 of you, we can all be optimistic for the future and take a deep breath. Thank you.